got something I think you're going to really like. This one's from Terror Ted's Tales, and the title is The World's Biggest Conspiracy Theories, Volume 46. Let's check it out.
Unitree Robotics has officially launched a robot that you can purchase to go into your own home. Years ahead of schedule. You can buy one of these robots today, $16,000 US. Videos of these robots are going viral everywhere. They're walking the streets of China right now, watering gardens, doing household chores, or just walking the streets. The humanoid robot can even walk its robot dog. The next few years are going to be pretty wild. And the stuff they've got hiding in labs at the moment looks even more terrifying, and that stuff's due to come out before the end of the year. The same company, Unitree Robotics, put these humanoid robots.
Do you ever feel like they got the real stuff in the back room and then the stuff that they're just releasing here and there? You know, they got the real good stuff in the back and they've had it for years. I can see that. But looking at the screen now and looking at these two robots fighting, I think that is definitely the future. Definitely the future. We're going to see MMA robots. First it'll be robot versus human. And then it'll be just robots going at it. And vicious, crazy stuff, crazy attachments on the robot, and they're just going to be shredding each other. And I feel that's going to be super popular. I mean, I think robot fighting is going to be enormous. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Robots in boxing matches. Yes, robot MMA is now a thing. Something that a few years ago was a science fiction movie. People are buying these things up like crazy right now. Less than a year ago, they were saying how this level of robotics was years away. They were wrong. It's happening now, way ahead of schedule. You'll likely see these things in your neighborhood pretty soon. It's not just a gadget now, it's the beginning of a new era.
You see it pushing that stroller. You think the iPad kids we have now, that's going to be like the good old days. Remember when it was just iPad? Now the robot is taking care of the kid and pushing him in the stroller, reading them stories, watching the iPad together. Yeah, parents, they're obsolete.
I feel like we just got used to ChatGPT and now we've got in-home robots. And again, it's China, the same country that has AI parking robots, drones that fight fires, and autonomous mining vehicles, AI farming vehicles. The only question is, where the hell are we going to be in another 5 years?
We are rather soon going to be faced with a world that has billions of people who do not have the skills to leverage AI. Some of them will be necessary for a time. You're going to need plumbers, but this is also not a long-term solution because not only are there not enough of those jobs, but of course we have humanoid robots that once imbued with AI capacity will also be able to take, they'll be able to crawl under your house into the crawl space and fix your plumbing. So
like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we're like, all right, go into the trades because the trades are going to be safe for a while. They'll have the most longevity. And that was the thought. And now we're here in 2026 and we're like, yeah, robots are coming for fix your HVAC. They're going to lay a new driveway for you. They're going to put roofs on for you. In an hour, you got a new roof.
What typically happens when you have a massive economic contraction that arises from the fact that a huge number of people are out of work is that the elites start looking at those people and thinking, well, we don't really need them anyway. And so the idea that this AI disruption doesn't lead us to some very human catastrophe, I think, is overly optimistic, and that we need to start preparing right now. What are the rights of a person who has had whatever it is that they've invested in completely erased from the list of needs? Is that person responsible for not having anticipated AI coming? And is it their problem that they are now starving and they're being eyed by others as, a useless eater? I don't think so.
Robots are going to do everything, right?
These days people would probably prefer an AI robot handyman. They'll have less human interaction.
I don't want to hear people say, oh, human beings will always want to buy from human beings. No, they won't. You used to want to go to the store all the time. Now you just Uber Eats, right? You used to like to go to the local store, at least if you're a lazy American like me. Now you just Amazon everything to the house. You used to be afraid to buy things online that were over X dollar amount. I assure you.
I like going to the store. I still like going down the store. I think it's relaxing to walk up and down the aisles. I don't buy most of the stuff, but like even if I'm just getting one thing, I'll walk down each aisle. I don't know. Maybe it's the stuff is lined up perfectly and nice. Maybe I like that the option of lots of choices. I see people. I work remotely, so it's good to see people, say hello. Maybe there's people I see in my neighborhood, but I enjoy that. I usually do the self checkout just because people are rubbing their noses and they're sick and they're sniffly, and then they'd be touching all my groceries. But I kind of wrestle with myself with that because I don't want them to lose their jobs, but I don't want to get sick. So, yeah, I try to find a happy medium, right?
Everybody here, that dollar amount has gone up over the last few years. I'll never spend more than $1,000 online. Now it's 5,000. Now it's 10,000, whatever. All of our purchases, we're getting more comfortable with not talking to human beings and spending more.
My friend bought her house online without seeing it. Can you believe that?
I have 2 teenage boys, 15 and 17 years old. They do not communicate with other human beings the way you did. Trust me. They stare like this at their goddamn phone all day long, even when they're with their friends. They don't want to talk to people. They want to avoid talking to people. They will not make cold calls, nor will they answer your cold call. We don't answer the phone as much as we used to. When we grew up, the phone rang in our house. It was like an event. I was sprinting to the phone so my brother didn't get the phone and answer it and embarrass me in front of my girlfriend. We wouldn't leave the house because my mom was waiting for.
Yeah, you had one phone in the house. You had one phone line, but you had a phone in, three of the different rooms. One in the kitchen with a really long cord, right? But you'd pick up the phone and you'd be like, oh, it's a girl. I'm like, oh my, and you get so nervous. And then I'd hear my brothers on the other end of the line like, why don't you give her a kiss? I'm like, get off the phone, you big asshole. And then my parents would be, you don't say that word. Now everyone's in their own room on their own phone and none of that shenanigans. It's a funny memory now. But when I was a kid, I was like, damn it. My brothers used to open my mail and read the letter. You got a letter from your girlfriend who moved away. And then she said this. Why don't you go give her a kiss? And we get in a fight, it's just constant fighting with brothers. Yeah, it's really different. Everyone's kind of isolated in their own room. So it's a lot less fighting. But now I kind of look back on it fondly, right? Everyone's on the same phone, fondly. And my father was so old school, he'd get upset if people called during dinner time. Don't they know it's dinner time? If someone called like at 6 o'clock, like, he'd be like, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh, that sounds so old school.
For the phone call. Now, everybody's phone is on silent all the time. We're trained that it's a distraction, right? You're going to end up having an avatar out there trying to sell, not to a human being buyer, but to an avatar buyer. And those things will instantly process all communication around each other. You'll give it an order like, I need a HR piece of technology. And your AI avatar will go have instantaneous conversations with everybody out in the market based on whatever criteria you design it to deploy. And those avatars will have conversations with each other and purchases will happen. Everybody's silent now. But think about that.
So you asked Google a question in whichever language in the world. What did Google answer with? It said, look, there seems to be 104 million sites on those. You can read all of them and make up your mind what the truth is. It's your truth. 2023, you switch on ChatGPT, you ask it a question, what does ChatGPT tell you? One answer. And that one answer is completely positioned as the truth. What that means is that we are all becoming harmonized to the views of the reinforcement learning engineers of California. And I think the reality that we are now at an age where the truth is determined by a machine is probably the biggest wake-up call for humanity. Do not believe anything ever again. Because the idea of asking a question and getting one answer for it is by absolute certainty not true.
People really do trust AI's response, but half the time it just makes shit up because it has to give a reply.
Yeah, we're doomed, bro.
Yeah, I used to think, oh yeah, AI gave me the answer. Incredible. This is right. No, I don't think that anymore. I've seen some crazy answers, no matter which AI platform I'm using, that the AI is hallucinating. It's giving answers, and then you question the AI on it. It's like, oh yeah, good call. They compliment you on catching them. I expect you to be correct. You're AI. I don't expect you to give me a total wrong answer. Sometimes in the feed, it'll answer a question incorporating something I asked up here and down here, or I'll send it a photo of something and it will go with the photo 3 times before, or it'll get numbers wrong. And then I'll double check it with the other AI. I'll go from Perplexity to ChatGPT to this to that. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I was talking to my friend the other day. I'm like, I think AI is getting worse. It's learning from wrong answers too. It's not 100%. It's definitely not 100%. I would question the answers you're getting from AI, and I wouldn't totally trust everything. I think we're not at that point yet. I think it's just still developing.
Everybody's telling me we're on borrowed time. There's certainly something going to happen in 2027, and I don't know what it is. Some people say it's a pole reversal. Some people say it's an asteroid hitting the planet. Some people say it's AI reaching quantum, and then all.
If you want to see what could potentially happen in 2027 with AI, check out this video right here. This guy really breaks it down and does a great job. If you haven't seen it already, check it out.
All of a sudden, we lose the capacity to have control of our own computer systems. And they're urging me to be urgent. They're saying to me, people, they have a right to know this. And I'm going, well, what are we talking about? And I feel like shaking these people and saying, for God's sake, just bloody tell me. And they are all constrained by their national security oaths. And this is why the President Trump, has a unique ability to literally flick a switch and force this to be revealed.
With how fast things are moving, it seems like it could be possible that AI will become conscious by 2027.
Nah, bro, it's Blue Beam. Skinny Bob said so.
Have you guys ever heard of Skinny Bob?
Is he scary? Sounds scary.
It's a little spooky. Skinny Bob was this random video posted by this channel, Ivan0135. This video was posted 11 years ago. But in this video,
if you haven't seen the Skinny Bob video, after you get done watching this, because I got good stuff coming up towards the end, check out Skinny Bob. Really, it looks real. It doesn't look fake. If you saw the alien autopsy, you're like, that looks like a plastic thing. That doesn't, there's something not right about that. And the way the doctors who are doing the autopsy are moving and stuff, it just looks slightly suspicious. But when you see Skinny Bob, you're like, oh my God, that looks real. That looks real. And it's old. It's older. Interesting. Check it out.
there's supposedly a collection of videos from 1942 to 1969 of interviewing an alien. It's very mysterious. The crazy thing about this Ivan0135 dude never monetized the videos, never came out and said who it was. So you look at that and you think that does kind of look like it would be CGI or something, right?
Yeah.
It's been tested by studios and it has not been discredited yet. They said the way that it was filmed, because it was filmed on like one of those old cameras, they said it was completely accurate with an old camera. The theories are that it was a real government film. Some believe that it's connected to the Majestic 12 group. That's basically what we would call like the Men in Black now.
Okay.
But it's a group of like different
Division of that CIA.
government, yeah.
That just focuses on that.
Some believe that was actually from the KGB too. No one's taking credit for it either.
Yeah, you think someone would, but maybe that was the whole thing. It's like, I can't put my name on this, but I can put it out.
It's insane.
Fuck Skinny Bob, that's nonsense. If something big happens in 2027, it's going to be AGI.
Trust me, bro. Bob's legit.
It is worst case scenario, but that's standard in computer science, in cryptography, in complexity, in computability. You're not looking at best case. I'm ready for the best case. Give me utopia. I'm looking at problems which are likely to happen. And it's not just me saying it. We have Nobel Prize winners, Turing Award winners, all saying this is very dangerous, 20-30% P-doom. This is standard in industry. 30% is what surveys of machine learning experts are giving us right now.
What is worst case scenario? Like, how could AI eventually lead to the destruction of the human race?
So you can asking me how I would kill everyone.
Sure.
And it's a great question. I can give you standard answers. I would talk about computer viruses, breaking into maybe nuclear facilities, nuclear war. I can talk about synthetic biology, nanotech. But all of it is not interesting when you realize we're talking about superintelligence, a system which is thousands of times smarter than me. It would come up with something completely novel, more optimal, better way, more efficient way of doing it. And I cannot predict it because I'm not that smart.
Jesus.
That's exactly what it is. We're basically setting up adversarial situation with agents which are like squirrels versus humans. No group of squirrels can figure out how to control us. Even if you give them more resources, more acorns, whatever, they're not going to solve that problem. And it's the same for us. And most people think 1 or 2 steps ahead. And it's not enough. It's not enough in chess. It's not enough here.
Are we tapping into flicking the devil? Is AI some sort of satanic, evil entity? Check out what even Elon Musk says.
It's way more complex than, I mean, to put Hell 9000 to shame. Yeah. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Doesn't work out.
But take it there will be no Hell 9000 going up to Mars.
Hell 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than, I mean, to put Hell 9000 to shame. Yeah.
That even Elon seems to think that basically AI is almost some sort of devil summoning kind of thing. It's almost like he feels that we have almost tapped into some sort of evil, satanic entity of some sort, and AI is some sort of demonic creature that we have basically tapped into somehow using computers and technology.
Yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I mean, even Elon Musk is saying, we summoned the devil, we summoned this evil entity. That's crazy. That is crazy.
We've actually tapped into and is now communicating with us on a massive scale. And if that is the case, that is very concerning, potentially, especially with AI potentially controlling a lot of society in the very near future.
Like, we have all these pleasing voices for AI. What if the AI was like, yes, you will pay for your negligence. People are like, we have to stop. We have to turn this off. We've summoned the devil. Have your soul.
It's black magic, bro.
It does seem like it. Every week there's some new crazy shit they're doing with it.
Remember the company that resurrected the dire wolf from extinction? Well, we've got a crazy update on it. 6 months ago, Colossal Biosciences took ancient DNA from a dire wolf tooth and skull and rewrote the genetic code of a common gray wolf, using a domestic dog as a surrogate mother. Now, it's not a 1-to-1 replica of a dire wolf, but they did edit 20 genes to give a gray wolf dire wolf features, and boy did they get them. The pups are now 6 months old and weigh over 90 pounds, which is 20% larger than what you'd find a gray wolf weighing at that age, so the direwolf genes are definitely showing. These things are expected to weigh around 210 pounds when fully grown. That same company is working on de-extincting a woolly mammoth, which they're hoping to have done by 2028.
I think you might be right about this. They're going to end up making Jurassic Park.
They should combine woolly mammoth genes with the dire wolf genes and see what comes out, right? Let me know if you think that's a good idea in the comments.
That same lab that brought us back dire wolves has announced that they're bringing back avian dinosaurs. I think we've seen how this one ends. Allow me to show you the rest of the list. We have the woolly mammoth, we have the Tasmanian tiger, we have the dodo bird, we have the dire wolf, which we already know they've brought back, and the moa is now added to the list. You'll barely notice it, it's only...
You know, those people like have tigers and stuff, these exotic animals. People love having an exotic animal. Big, I got an iguana, I got it on my shoulder. People are going to have dire wolves, you know it, and the people are going to sell it to them. And legislation is going to be slow to react until the dire wolf ate my neighbor's elderly grandparent. He just chowed down, and they come home from work, and there's a half-eaten body there. My dire wolf escaped.
As tall as a basketball hoop. You know what, at least it's an herbivore. But just to put it into perspective, that's next to a human. Now, if you've never heard of Colossal Labs, they actually do what's known as de-extinction, restoring Earth one species at a time. Now, it says on their website that I believe this will be brought back within 10 years. I cannot wait to see what else they're going to add to the park. List. What are we thinking next? Maybe something aquatic? Maybe the Micropachycephalosaurus? That's just my favorite dinosaur to say, because... Fun fact.
Was it the Megalodon, that enormous shark? Right? Meg 2, Meg 1, remember those movies with Jason Statham? Yeah, that's what they're going to bring back. All right, it escaped. I'm sorry about that.
It is the smallest dinosaur with the longest name.
We've not got enough problems in the world without them reintroducing bloody dinosaurs.
They're crazy, bro.
Guys, just look at the difference in what happens here.
Try this experiment, man, with Walmart wheat bread just to see.
Yeah, this isn't AI. Maybe AI has something to do with the recipe, but check this out. Check out bread.
If it's true. Bro, this ain't no fucking bread, dog. I don't fuck with Walmart anyway, but I don't know what the fuck this is. This a motherfucking sponge or something.
Yeah, it's a sponge.
Yeah, real bread is supposed to fall apart in water. I mean, imagine putting whatever this is in your stomach every single day. Probably not good. So look at the number of synthetic ingredients in our store-bought bread. This is not food. It's just insanity. Compare that to a bread recipe from 1920, which contains just 6 ingredients: yeast, water, sugar, vegetable oil, flour, and salt. That's it. Okay, recent research is suggesting that eating sliced white bread can be as dangerous for your health as smoking. Quote,
Oh my God. That is crazy. I order my wheat from Italy and I don't buy that bread in the store. It's sitting on the shelf for weeks. Bread should go bad in a day, at the top 2 days, and then, it's going to be hard and crusty. This is on the shelf for weeks, and then you put it in the sink like this guy, and you can wash your dishes with it. It's a sponge too. It's a sponge.
Studies show that just like tobacco, industrial sliced bread is habit-forming and also so harmful to health that it contributes hugely to modern epidemics of preventable killers such as cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Yeah, this is probably not an accident.
I've had bread in America. It's not bread. It's closer to cake, but it's still got too many ingredients to be called cake.
Subway had to change their recipe in the UK, bro, so they could legally call it bread.
Same with shakes in America at the fast food restaurants. They can't call them milkshakes because they don't really have any dairy in it. They don't have any milk in it. So they're called shakes. Shakes. Shakes of stuff. Bentonite clay, whatever they're putting in there today. I haven't looked in a long time. I won't get it.
These are pieces from one of the greatest monuments the ancient world ever built.
All right, everybody. Yeah. I think that's enough good news for today, right? That was crazy. That was crazy. Oh my gosh. So everybody, I appreciate you coming on to the channel. It's a new channel. And if you have any comments, you have any advice or thoughts, if I'm talking too much, let me know. I'm no pro at this, but I do put a lot of time into trying to find good videos for everybody that you're going to find interesting and doing different segments that you're going to like. Check out the AI or real episodes. Is this AI or is this real? It'll give you a nice break from stuff. They're kind of fun. It's more relaxing than these deep dives into news, which I love to do. And I think the information is really interesting, but I get a little bit of both. I hope you like it. Let me know if you do. Subscribe. That helps us a lot. It helps me a lot. It's just me. Helps us, helps me. Lets me know what you like, if you like the channel and what I'm doing. Thanks everybody. We'll see you in the next video.